Good evening. I'm calling the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission to order, the July 14th meeting at 7 o'clock. And we'll start with introduction of town staff.
Danbury, town planner.
Is that it for town staff? We don't have anybody online?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, and starting to my left with members of the commission.
Tom Bransfield.
Chantal Foster.
Robert Taylor.
Ken Kearns.
Okay, and we have a skeleton crew tonight, so we're seating Tom for Carolyn and Ken for Victoria, maybe.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Great.
You get to pick who you want. Okay, and we have an agenda. Does anybody have any changes to the agenda? And if not, can I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and item number 4, we have application 2112 for the public hearing. I'm not going to read this whole thing, Dan. Okay, amendments to the town of Portland zoning regulations as follows. We talked about this at the last meeting and went through this whole thing. We've been given a draft of the of what we discussed, and I've looked through it. It looks pretty good.
Okay.
But I don't want to vote on this until we have more people.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. Are we all good with that? So this is going to be tabled to the 8/4 regular meeting. Okay. And we'll start with our regular meeting. The application 2113 264 Freestone Avenue, request for site plan review for excavation work to construct a new 18,000 square foot building for contractor trade units. Application of property of Global Freestone LLC, Assessors map 20, lot 179, zone industrial. And they have requested an extension to the August 4th meeting. And do we need a?
Yeah, I have a motion.
We need a motion for that.
Yep.
Okay. So, do you want to read this motion?
Sure.
Okay.
Motion to approve the extension request and continue the application deliberations to the August 4th, 2022 meeting for application number 21-13, 264 Freestone Avenue. Request for site plan review for excavation work to construct a new 18,000 square foot building for contractor trade units. Application and property of Global Freestone LLC, Assessors map 20, lot 179, zone I industrial. Reasons: applicant requested extension to fully respond to town engineer's comments.
Okay, can I have a second?
Second.
Rob, thank you. And vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No? Okay, motion passes, we're all set, and you can sign that away. Sign your life away, Tom.
And both, right?
Yeah. Next on the agenda, we have receive in applications. Application 2201 Main Street, Marlborough Street, and west side of Perry Avenue. Request for special permit modification. Application of BRT DeMarco PTP LLC. And Dan, do you want to tell us what that's about?
Yeah, this is just a modification to the Brainerd Place special permit. We'll get those applications out to you guys, and we can review them. I've already sent them to the town engineer and the town attorney for their feedback for you guys. It's primarily to reorient the Starbucks building, change to proposal of Hart Jarvis, and then reworking the phasing of the proposal.
Okay. And as I was mentioning earlier, it would be helpful for all of the commission members to have copies of the first round of approvals that came through with all the conditions, and then the second round, because we've already gone through one modification.
Correct, yeah, and I can get that to
Okay.
the commission members.
Great, thank you very much. And, okay, item number 7, other application 21.
Well, we just need to
Oh,
set that for the August 4th,
Oh.
for the August 4th meeting.
Should we do it?
We don't have
Already
a
got-
motion, but
Oh,
yeah, we just need
okay,
to make
we
sure.
don't have, okay, but is that, and is that going to be August 4th? Is Dan okay with August 4th? or-
But yeah, I believe he'd like
Okay.
it sooner rather than
Do
later.
we want that? Because we currently have 2 others, plus our continuation of the regulations.
Well, I mean, I think the amendments aren't going to take a lot of
They can-
time, I
they
don't
can hold.
think. The Freestone Ave thing, I don't know,
Shouldn't, but I don't know.
yeah. Well, I guess you'll let us know if August 4th works for,
Yeah, I think August 4th does. If the meeting gets too lengthy, you can always continue it, to the subsequent meeting.
okay. All right, so August 4th it is. And item 7, application 2118, proposed amendment to section 9 of the Town of Portland zoning regulations to add a new section 9.18 under special regulations for a cannabis moratorium. Public hearing scheduled for August 4th, 2022. And we were doing this in kind of response to the state regulations that had recently been changed to take off the cap, the limit on the number of cannabis establishments that you could have in a town, just before they removed this cap.
Yeah, so there's a cap that only one was allowed under, with populations under 25,000. That was removed by the state. So that's my understanding of why this came to be,
Right.
and speaking with John and Mike.
Okay. So we'll have the wording for that, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get that out. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much already done. And I believe you guys set this public hearing date
Yeah.
back at the June 16th meeting.
Okay. And I don't anticipate that would be another lengthy thing, but you never know.
Yeah, it's only for 6 months. So it's just a short-term
okay.
solution to
Okay.
give you guys time to kind of decide what you want to do.
Sounds good. Okay, staff report, TCVD reviews, 164 Main Street, Hop Knot signage.
Yeah, so Hop Knot just changed the signage. They went from White Dog to Hop Knot. So we had that reviewed by Torrance Downs at the Rivercog, and I believe we provided you that letter. So we do have a motion to have done to get that passed.
Okay, you want to read that?
Yeah, sure. All right. So we have a motion to approve building signage for 164 Main Street as proposed by the applicant and recommended by the TCVD design consultant. Application of the Hop Knot property of SMS Portland LLC, Assessors Map 19, Lot 38, Zone B3/TCVD. Reasons: building signage conforms to ZR and TCVD requirements. There is a typo in that. Should be Hop Knot instead of Hop Knot.
Nicely done.
Apologize.
Okay, can I have a second?
Second.
Who got that one?
Kenny can have it.
Ken. All right, thank you. And vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any undecided? All right, the motion passes. Thank you. Bond reductions?
I'm just working with 260 Freestone. This is actually something that's been kind of hanging around since I've been here, about the first go around. And so I went out, did an inspection. He's just got to move this boat out of this one area, and then we'll probably have that for you guys to vote on next meeting.
Land use training.
Yeah, so I don't believe any land use training has been done. The state passed legislation to require 4 hours land use training for ZBA and planning and zoning members over every 2 years. So that's something I'm going to work with ZBA, and I've already talked to Bob about regarding training. 1 hour has to be for fair housing and affordable housing, so that's something we will set up. I've talked to Bob as well as Rosaletta, the ZBA chair, to try to get some ideas for different topics. I want to make this worthwhile for you guys, not kind of, boring classroom homework, something valuable for you that you want to learn about. So I'm certainly open to suggestions as to what you'd like to do. I know Rose was thinking about an ethics component and some stuff in that. But I want to be open with you guys and make it valuable for you. So the thought is to do maybe 4 one-hour Zoom sessions, so we can record them. So if you're not available for that night, while you won't be able to ask questions, you'll be able to watch the training and get credit for it, to try to make it as flexible as possible for you guys. And I just want to make sure it's topics that you want to learn about and want to hear about, and you think will help you, in your duties as board members.
Okay. When I started on the commission, the Extension Center was holding classes. It was more geared toward ethics, I think.
Yeah, so they still have
Okay.
those classes on Saturdays, and we're
Right.
certainly open to providing any more training that you guys think is necessary and paying for that if possible. But this is just 4 additional hours that the state requires for you guys to do. So I kind of wanted to get started now so we can kind of spread it out and not, get caught out at the end.
Does the extension service, is there something on their website about the training?
So it doesn't have to be through the extension. We already have this budgeted. I talked to Ryan about this, so we do have a budget, but it's kind of a bit of an unfunded mandate. It's, other than the affordable and fair housing component, it's extremely broad as to the topics that can be covered. And that would count, and then basically all I do is send a letter to OPM certifying that, the members have done the 4 hours of training.
But who puts are these like components that you purchase, or what's?
It's kind of build your own adventure in a way. So, I'll be working with probably Carrie, John Giskowski with Teich Planning may do 1 or 2. And then I might bring in an outside person who did the affordable housing for me down in Old Lyme. We already did a land use training down there that went really well. He does a lot of affordable housing. He's the planning attorney in Old Lyme, Ed Casella. Depending on his availability, I may ask him, but I want to get feedback from the boards, Bob and Rose, and then kind of tailor it based on your feedback from there.
Okay. All right, thank you. We have updates on Brainerd Place, other than.
Yeah, other than the
Other than-
modification,
yeah.
I guess the 2 main components are, they did merge the lots, which was a condition of the abatement. And they did file the building permit for Building E, which is the first large apartment building. So they do have a foundation permit in for that. They paid the building fee. So those are the 2 updates at this point. The next step for them, based on the abatement, would be the Starbucks building. I can't remember the letter on that one, but that's the next building permit that's required to be filed. Which hasn't been done yet, but I think they're waiting, pending how these modifications go that they're requesting. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, and we're at public comment. All those empty chairs. Anybody? Come on, nobody's watching us? I can't believe it.
Not even Dave.
Okay, all right, and then we'll move on to approval of the minutes for 6/16. And do we have enough people to approve the minutes?
Yeah, there's 3 of us. There is a error on the first line of the minutes, though.
Where are my minutes?
Yeah, yes.
It doesn't include me in the members present.
What?
Yeah, members present
How did
needs to
that
be
happen?
revised. Where did I put my copy?
No, it just
I
looks
don't
like
know what I did with
I was left
Here
off
it
the
is.
list. So it has Bob, Chantal, Victoria, and Tom, but I'm not on there, even though I accepted the agenda for the motion.
I think, I don't,
It was the ghost of Ron.
do you have the, was it,
What's
is that it?
This is it, I think so, yeah.
and did he
June
get-
16th?
Yeah, Victoria wasn't here, and Carolyn was. and Rob was, right? Is that what you just
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
get
that's
Car-
right.
Did you include
You're-
Carolyn in that?
No.
She
Car-
was
yeah,
also,
Carolyn-
Carolyn Freeman was also present.
Carolyn was here. Victoria wasn't. And Rob was, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I missed the,
And
First
were
two.
you, Ken?
I was not here. Got that right.
What am I doing? I had it all written up.
Okay, so now that we know who was here,
Oh, there it is.
does anybody have any other comments,
No, that's not it.
corrections? Here, do you want to look at this?
No, that's the only thing I had.
To the agenda, other than who was here?
I think that was the only change I saw.
Okay. Oh, Ken doesn't care because he wasn't here.
No.
Okay, I'm waiting for him and, okay, so,
3 of us are here.
can I have a motion to accept the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Rob, thank you, and a second?
Second?
Tom, thank you, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No, that would be none. Okay.
Well, one of, Ken's got to abstain.
Oh, yes, Ken's got to abstain. And I think, is that it? Hold on. Oh, guess what's next? There's a motion, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh, Rob, thank you. Second?
Ken Kearns.
Ken
Second.
Kearns. All right, and we're adjourned at 7:17. It's almost a record. Thank you very much.